Fenerbahce boss Jose Mourinho was sent off as his side drew one with Manchester United in the Europa League. Mourinho was left furious after referee Clement Turpin waved away Fenerbahce's appeals for a penalty. When former Blackpool and QPR star Bright Osai-Samuel went down in the box after a challenge from Manuel Ugarte, the Portuguese tactician vociferously argued his case to fourth official Jeremy Stinat, who was not happy with Mourinho's actions, and Turpin came over to defuse the situation by showing Mourinho a red card for foul and abusive language, forcing him to watch the rest of the game from the stands. And the tie ultimately ended as a draw, thanks to goals from Christian Eriksen and Youssef En-Nesyri. Eriksen gave United an early lead after finishing off a well-worked move before En-Nesyri headed home a second-half equaliser. And Mourinho, who won the Europa League and the League Cup during his 2.5 years in charge of United, was in vintage form when asked about the incident. After initially refusing to comment on the penalty shout, Mourinho revealed he spoke to Turpin about it after the game. He told me something incredible. He told TNT Sports. He told me that at the same time he could see the action in the box and my behaviour on touchline. I congratulate him because he is absolutely incredible. His peripheral vision during the game, at 100 miles per hour, he had one eye on the penalty situation and one eye on the bench, and on my behaviour. So that's the explanation given. That's why he is one of the best referees in the world. I watched the incident, I don't speak about the incident. They United got a point against us, not us a point against them. We played amazing. If we play like this in the Turkish League, we destroy everything because we played a team at a superior level than the Premier League has more quality, more intensity, more pace, more everything. I think my boys did an amazing match. We had to do a crazy puzzle, but our performance was extraordinary. I couldn't ask for anything more from the players. Andre Onana made 2 fantastic saves. They scored in a situation we knew they could. We had a phenomenal performance. Come on, he saved the result. My goalkeeper didn't make a save. Mourinho is a loss to England and to Portugal and to Italy and to Spain. Any country he has managed in would waive border control protocol to have him back. He would like to come back. Sooner or later, United will succeed. Hopefully sooner, hopefully before one day I go back to the Premier League and they become my opponent. At this moment, they are just my opponents for one match. In a rarity for a Mourinho European press conference, he conducted it entirely in English. Mourinho is a polyglot fluent in at least 5 languages, so he can be forgiven for not mastering Turkish just yet. Despite the language barrier, the repartee has already begun with the natives. Mourinho was asked if he could provide some names for Fenerbahce's left-back against United. The left-back, I'm waiting for advice from the specialists on TV, he quipped. The specialists that have a solution for everything. I don't understand Turkish on TV, but I will give word to this fellow here. I want to listen to them. I want to listen to them. So if I follow their advice tomorrow, I'm protected, because it will be their choice. Mourinho mastered the backhanded compliment when he strode down the King's Road 20 years ago. He spoke sincerely about Erik ten Hag whilst exposing the leeway he has enjoyed as United manager. Leeway Mourinho was not afforded when Ed Woodward undermined him. Sure happened for sure, because it's very objective, is that they keep faith in the coach, they support the coach is staying season after season, and that means stability, it means trust, and they are giving him conditions to keep developing his job. That was a difference in relation to me, that could yet claim a 3rd winner's medal with United nearly 6 years after he returned to London. As you know, we won Europa League, we finished 2nd in the Premier League. I think we still have a chance to win that league, because if they punish Man City with points, maybe we win that league, and then they have to pay me the bonus and give me the medal. Mourinho was still in his element after the 32-minute gathering had ended. He confirmed the Football Association had not approached him about coaching England, clasped hands with those who had jostled to press the flesh, had a selfie with a Turkish journalist, and paused again before departing. There was a recommendation for sunbathing and cuisine. The salubrious settings at the Four Seasons Hotel. Mourinho is staying there. You can have my bedroom, he boomed. He signed off with an instruction for the interpreter. We play Man United. We need 35,000. You don't understand. We cannot play 11 against 11. We need 35,000 behind us. As for the shirt, it's a Fenerbahce away shirt signed to Sam Jose Mourinho. Former loanee Sofian Amrabat has implied that technical director Jason Wilcox scuppered his hopes of returning to Manchester United on a permanent deal during the summer. Amrabat, 28, spent last season on loan at Old Trafford from Fiorentina and racked up 30 appearances across all competitions. He impressed towards the end of the campaign, producing an excellent performance in the FA Cup final win over Manchester City. In the immediate aftermath of the 2-1 triumph over Pep Guardiola's side, Amrabat expressed his desire to join United on a permanent basis. As reported by the Manchester Evening News in July, Amrabat refused to train with his Fiorentina teammates in a bid to try and force through a return to M16.United, mulled over the prospect of re-signing the Moroccan international, but a deal failed to come to fruition. He joined Fenerbahce on loan in August and could feature in tonight's Europa League tie against United. Ahead of this evening's game in Istanbul, Amrabat has revealed Erik Ten Hag was keen to bring him back to Old Trafford, suggesting Wilcox overruled the United manager. "I have a special relationship with Ten Hag since I was a 20-year-old at Utrecht," Amrabat told the Mail. "He wanted to keep me this summer, so I wish him the best, but not for Thursday. I hope they lose," asked why he did not seal a permanent switch to Old Trafford in the summer. Amrabat added, "The only thing that I want to say is that you have to ask Mr. Wilcox. United had the chance to sign Amrabat permanently at the end of his loan spell, but it looked increasingly unlikely they would activate that option amid the fact he did not start a single Premier League game between Christmas and the end of April. However, he started the club's final 3 Premier League games of the season, plus the FA Cup final, and it was only then that it looked as though United would have a tough decision to make. He has played 6 times for Fenerbahce thus far. Despite the disappointment of missing out on a permanent move to Manchester United, Sofyan Amrabat has continued his career with professionalism and determination. Since joining Fenerbahce on loan, he has quickly established himself as an important player for the Turkish giants. His experience, versatility and work rate have made him a valuable asset in Fenerbahce's midfield. Amrabat has made 6 appearances for Fenerbahce so far, helping the team navigate a busy schedule that includes domestic league matches and European competition. As fate would have it, Amrabat now finds himself preparing to face his former club, Manchester United, in the UEFA Europa League. The match, taking place in Istanbul, is a chance for the Moroccan to showcase his abilities on the European stage and perhaps remind United of what they missed out on. In the lead up to the match, Amrabat has made it clear that he holds no ill will towards Erik Ten Hag or Manchester United. Speaking to the Mail, he said, "Ten Hag wanted to keep me this summer, so I wish him the best, but not for Thursday. I hope they lose." It's a light-hearted comment, but one that underscores Amrabat's competitive spirit and his desire to prove himself. For Erik Ten Hag, the decision not to sign Sofyan Amrabat permanently may have been a source of frustration. As Amrabat himself noted, the Dutch manager had a long-standing relationship with the player, dating back to their time at Utrecht. Ten Hag had seen firsthand how Amrabat developed into a dynamic, versatile midfielder, capable of playing both in defensive and box-to-box roles. Amrabat's performances at the end of the 2022-2023 season, particularly in the FA Cup final, suggested that he could be a valuable asset for Ten Hag's system. His ability to break up play, press high and distribute the ball effectively made him an ideal fit for the high-energy, possession-based style that Ten Hag has implemented at Manchester United. However, despite Ten Hag's desire to keep Amrabat, the decision was ultimately out of his hands. The modern football manager, while influential, does not always have the final say on transfers. Technical directors, club owners and financial considerations all play a part in shaping. Antony arrived at Old Trafford in 2022 with high expectations after securing a high-profile transfer from Dutch giants Ajax for a staggering £85 million. Under Erik Ten Hag at Ajax, Antony had developed into a standout player, thrilling fans with his exceptional dribbling, pace and vision. His performances in the Eredivisie and the UEFA Champions League made him one of Europe's hottest prospects, leading to his eventual big-money move to the Premier League. At the time, Antony's arrival was heralded as a key moment in United's attempt to return to the summit of English and European football. Ten Hag, who had moved from Ajax to United, was expected to bring with him a style of play that relied on skillful, high-intensity attackers. Antony, being one of his trusted former players, was seen as crucial to this system. However, the transition from the Eredivisie to the Premier League is notoriously difficult, and Antony soon found himself struggling to make the same impact. The Brazilian winger's dribbling prowess and creativity seemed blunted against the physicality and defensive rigour of Premier League defenders. His first season at United was marked by inconsistency, with moments of brilliance overshadowed by periods of ineffectiveness. One of the most concerning aspects of Antony's struggles is the sharp decline in his market value. When United signed him for £85 million, they were making a major financial commitment. However, less than 2 years later, Antony's value has reportedly decreased to just £21 million, €25 million. This staggering drop highlights the risks involved in signing young, unproven players for large sums of money. For Manchester United, Antony's situation is part of a broader pattern of high-profile signings that have failed to live up to expectations. Players like Angel Di Maria, Romelu Lukaku and Alexis Sanchez all arrived at Old Trafford with high expectations, only to leave the club without making the desired impact. Antony's case, while different in some respects, carries similar concerns. The decline in Antony's market value also has broader implications for the club's transfer strategy. United, like many other top clubs, rely on player sales as part of their financial model. If Antony's value continues to fall, United could find themselves in a difficult position, forced to either sell the player at a significant loss or loan him out in the hope of reviving his market value. Erik ten Hag's tenure at Manchester United has been marked by a clear vision for the future. The Dutch manager, known for his tactical acumen and focus on player development, has worked tirelessly to implement his philosophy at Old Trafford. His approach is centred on building a cohesive, high-pressing team that can dominate possession and create chances through quick transitions and intelligent movement, while 10. Hag's vision is ambitious. It has not been without its challenges. The transition to his style of play has been difficult for some players, including Antony, who have struggled to adapt to the demands of the Premier League. However, Ten Hag remains committed to his approach and has shown a willingness to make tough decisions in pursuit of success. The January transfer window will provide Ten Hag with another opportunity to shape his squad. Whether through the addition of new players or the loaning out of underperforming ones, the Dutch manager will be keen to ensure that United continue to move in the right direction. Antony's potential loan move is just one piece of a much larger puzzle as Ten Hag works to build a team capable of challenging for major honours. As Manchester United navigate the complexities of player transfers, squad development and financial management, it is important to keep perspective on the situation. Football is a dynamic, fast-paced industry, and the fortunes of both players and clubs can change rapidly. Antony's struggles, while concerning, do not necessarily spell the end of his Manchester United career. Players often go through difficult periods, particularly when transitioning to a new league or system. Antony is still young, and with the right support and opportunities, he could yet fulfil the potential that made him one of Europe's most exciting talents. A loan move, while not ideal, could provide the breathing room he needs to regain his confidence and rediscover his best form as Manchester United navigate the complexities of player transfers, squad development and financial management. It is important to keep perspective on the situation. Football is a dynamic, fast-paced industry, and the fortunes of both players and clubs can change rapidly. Antony's struggles, while concerning, do not necessarily spell the end of his Manchester United career. Players often go through difficult periods, particularly when transitioning to a new league or system.